Welcome to Ceylon Tea YouTube channel. Today we talking about tea plantation history of Sri Lanka. Cinnamon was the first crop to receive government sponsorship in India, while the island was under guerrilla Dutch control during the administration of Dutch Governor Iman Willem Falk. Cinnamon plantations were established in Colombo, Meridana, and cinnamon gardens in 1767. The first British governor Frederick North prohibited private cinnamon plantations, thereby securing a monopoly on cinnamon plantations for the East India Company. However, an economic slump in the 1830s in England and elsewhere in Europe affected the cinnamon plantations in Ceylon. This resulted in them being decommissioned by William Collebrook in 1833. Finding cinnamon unprofitable, the British turned to coffee. By the early 1800s the Ceylonese already had a knowledge of coffee. In the 1870s, coffee plantations were devastated by a fungal disease called Hemileia vastatrix or coffee rust, better known as coffee leaf disease or coffee blight. The death of the coffee industry marked the end of an era when most of the plantations on the island were dedicated to producing coffee beans. Planters experimented with cocoa and cinchona as alternative crops but failed due to an infestation of Helopeltis antonii, so that in the 1870s virtually all the remaining coffee planters in Ceylon switched to the production and cultivation of tea. In 1824 a tea plant was brought to Ceylon by the British from China and was planted in the Royal Botanical Gardens in Peradeniya for non-commercial purposes. Further experimental tea plants were brought from Assam and Calcutta in India to Peradeniya in 1839 through the East India Company and over the years that followed. In 1839 the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce was established, followed by the Planters Association of Ceylon in 1854. In 1867, James Taylor marked the birth of the tea industry in Ceylon by starting a tea plantation in the Lulakondara estate in Kandy in 1867. He was only 17 when he came to Lulakondara, Sri Lanka. The original tea plantation was just 19 acres. In 1872 Taylor began operating a fully equipped tea factory on the grounds of the Lulakondara estate, and that year the first sale of Lulakondara tea was made in Kandy. In 1873, the first shipment of Ceylon tea, a consignment of some 23 pounds, arrived in London. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle remarked on the establishment of the tea plantations, "The tea fields of Ceylon are as true a monument to courage as is the lion at Waterloo."